Danielle Marie Peck is an American country music artist. Signed to the independent Big Machine Records label in 2005, Peck released her self-titled debut album, which produced the top 30 country hits I Don't Find in a Good Man, and Isn't That Everything. A fourth single, Bad for Me, charted in mid-2007. Peck is now heard as a host on Y2 Country, a country music radio station on Sirius XM Radio. Career. College. While at Virginia, Collins won the collegiate national title in 2014 and 2016 and the Honda Sports Award as the nation's best female tennis player in 2016. 2009-2012. In 2009, Collins played her first events on the ITF women's circuit. She won her first ITF singles title in 2011. 2013-2017, WTA debut and turning professional. She did not play any professional matches in 2013 and 2015 while she was playing college tennis at Virginia. Collins made her WTA Tour main draw debut as a wild card at the 2014 U.S. Open in the Arthur Ashe Stadium, where she forced second seed Simona Halep to a third setter in the first round. In mid-2016, she turned fully professional. During her time on the ITF circuit, she won 4 singles titles. 2018, breakthrough in top 50. Collins started the year reaching the final round of qualifying at the Australian Open before being outclassed by Denisa Alertova, in 2 sets. However, she received a wild card at the WTA 125 tournament at Newport Beach and claimed the title there, which saw her rise to a career-high ranking of 120 at that time. Another impressive run at another WTA 125 tournament, this time in Indian Wells, saw her reach the quarterfinals and thus earn a wild card for the Indian Wells Open, a premier mandatory tournament that also takes place there. There, she won her first ever WTA Tour match against compatriot Taylor Townsend, before beating world number 14, Madison Keys, in straight sets, followed by a victory over Sofia Zuk. Although her run ended in the 4th round to former world number 6, Carla Suarez Navarro, Collins made her top 100 debut, jumping from number 117 to number 93. Getting through the qualifying rounds at the Miami Open, Collins beat world number 37, Irina Camelia Begu, in straight sets before upsetting 2-time major semi-finalist Coco Vandeweghe, in 3 sets. Victories over Donna Vekic and Monica Puig followed, before she earned the biggest victory of her career, beating her idol, former world number 1 and 7-time Grand Slam champion, Venus Williams, who was the 8th-ranked player coming into their encounter. With this win she became the first qualifier ever to reach the semifinals at the Miami Open. She then faced 6th-seeded Jelena Ostapenko and lost in straight sets, despite having a set point in the first set. After making it to the quarterfinals in Monterrey, Collins broke into the top 50 for the first time. Collins only won back-to-back main draw matches at 2 other tournaments the rest of the season, reaching the 3rd round of the Eastbourne International and the semi-finals in San Jose and lost in the opening round at the remaining 3 Grand Slams. Nonetheless, she finished the year ranked number 36 in the world, more than 100 spots above her previous best year-end ranking. 2019, Australian Open semi-final, top 25 debut, Wimbledon doubles quarter-final. Her rise continued at the Australian Open. Prior to the tournament, she had never won a match at a major event. After upsetting 14th seed Julia Gorges in a tough first-round match, Collins won her next 3 matches in straight sets, first against Sachia Vickery, then against 19th seed Caroline Garcia. In the round of 16, Collins pulled off the biggest upset of the tournament, dominating the 2nd seed and 3-time major champion Angelique Kerber, in straight sets. She thus reached the quarterfinals, where she defeated Anastasia Pavlyuchenkova in 3 sets. In the semifinals, she lost to 8th seed Petra Kvitova, in 2 sets. Collins rose to a career-high ranking of number 23 on January 28, 2019, following the tournament. She also recorded wins at all the other Grand Slam events, reaching the second round at the French Open and US Open as well as the third round at Wimbledon. She achieved her best ever Grand Slam doubles result at Wimbledon, reaching the quarterfinals with Bethany Mattek-Sands. Collins struggled outside of the majors though, reaching the quarterfinals at just one tournament. In December, she won the Hawaii Open, an exhibition tournament, upon the withdrawal of her finals opponent Angelique Kerber. Collins finished the year ranked world number 31. At the end of 2019, Collins revealed that she was suffering from rheumatoid arthritis, similar to Caroline Wozniacki. 2020, French Open quarter-finalist. Collins began 2020 with 3 wins over top 15 opponents. She defeated world number 5 Alina Svitolina in the first round at the Brisbane International before falling to world number 13, Madison Keys, in straight sets in the quarter-finals. The following week at the Adelaide International, she defeated number 15 Sofia Kenin in the second round, and then number 7, Belinda Bencic in the quarter-finals. Collins fell to world number 1, Ashley Barty in 3 sets in the semi-finals. She lost in the second round to Yulia Putintseva at the Australian Open, and dropped outside the top 50 due to failing to defend her semi-finalist points. Due to the 6-month shutdown of the WTA Tour caused by the COVID-19 pandemic, Collins did not play again after the Australian Open until August. She lost in the opening round of her first 2 tournaments back, to Jill Teichmann at the Western and Southern Open and Annette Kontaveit at the US Open. However, Collins rebounded at the French Open, where she reached her second career Grand Slam quarter-final. Along the way, she upset 2-time Grand Slam champion and former world number 1, Garbine Muguruza, in the third round as well as 30th seed Ons Jabeur, both in 3 sets. Her run ultimately came to an end against compatriot and reigning Australian Open champion Sofia Kenin, in a match that for both players was their 4th 3-setter of 5 matches. 2021, maiden WTA title and first WTA 500 title, returned to top 30. Danielle Collins was sidelined for the first half of the season with debilitating pain in her back. She was diagnosed with endometriosis and proceeded to have a tennis ball-sized cyst removed. In addition to that surgery, Collins was also taking medication for rheumatoid arthritis. Collins won her first WTA title at the Palermo Ladies Open, defeating Elena Gabriela Ruse, in straight sets in the final. The following month, she won her second WTA title at the Silicon Valley Classic, defeating Daria Kasatkina in 3 sets. The Silicon Valley Classic win marked her first WTA 500 title. As a result, she re-entered the top 30 at world number 28, on August 9, 2021. She then continued her win streak at the Canadian Open. She beat Jill Teichmann in the first round and then went on to defeat 6th seed Simona Halep in the second. Her 12-match win streak eventually came to an end in the third round after losing to compatriot Jessica Pegula in 3 sets. At the US Open, she reached the third round for the first time after defeating former world number 6 Carla Suarez Navarro and Kaya Jovan. She then lost her third-round match to Irina Sabalenka, in straight sets. In her next 2 tournaments, Collins reached the quarterfinals in Chicago and the third round in Indian Wells before concluding her season in Linz, where she was forced to retire in her semi-final match against compatriot Alison Riske due to a shoulder injury. Nonetheless, Collins finished the year ranked inside the top 30 for the first time, at number 29. 2022, first Grand Slam final, top 10 debut, American number 1, US Open 4th round. At the Australian Open, Collins reached the semi-finals for the second time, after defeating 19th seed Elise Mertens to become the third American woman in the quarter-finals. It was the second year in a row that 3 Americans have featured at this stage of the tournament. In the quarter-finals, she beat Alizé Cornet in straight sets. She defeated Iga Swiatek also in straight sets in the semi-finals to advance to her first Grand Slam final, where she faced world number 1, Ashley Barty. Swiatek said that Collins hit the fastest balls I have ever played in a match. In the final, Collins lost in straight sets despite being 5-1 up in the second set. As a result of her performance, Collins made her top 10 debut and became the American number 1 female player. At the French Open, she lost to fellow American Shelby Rogers, in straight sets, in the second round. In Wimbledon, Collins lost in the first round to Marie Bouzkova, in 3 sets. At the same tournament, partnering Desiree Kroczyk, she reached the quarter-finals for a second time and then the semi-finals for the first time at a major in doubles in her career. Seeded 19th at the 2022 US Open, she reached the round of 16 for the first time upon defeating 2-time US Open champion Naomi Osaka, Kristina Bucca, and Alizé Cornet. In the fourth round, she lost to world number 6 Irina Sabalenka in 3 sets. World Team Tennis. Collins played her first season with World Team Tennis in 2019 with Billie Jean King's Philadelphia Freedoms. She started the 2020 season on the Orlando Storm roster, which began July 12, but was dismissed from the league after leaving the state and breaching COVID-19 safety protocols. Playing style. Collins employs a highly aggressive playing style that has been described as fearless, ferocious, and fun to watch. She has a powerful serve, and strong ground strokes on both wings, making her one of the hardest hitters on the WTA Tour. Her style allows her to hit a high number of winners, but also a considerable number of high-risk unforced errors. Her greatest strengths are her kick serve, her inside-out forehand, and her versatile and strong backhand. Her double-handed backhand is atypically stronger than her forehand. She also possesses strong volleying skills, allowing her to hit winners from any position on the court. Iga Swiatek mentioned that Collins hits the fastest ball I have ever played in a match. Personal life. Collins is the daughter of Walter and Kathy. She graduated from Northeast High School, St. Petersburg, Florida, in 2012. As a high school player, her junior ranking was good enough to get her a scholarship from the University of Florida. After her freshman year, she transferred to the University of Virginia. She won the NCAA singles title in her sophomore and senior years. During her freshman year at UF, she majored in liberal arts and sciences exploratory. Collins graduated from UVA with a bachelor's degree in media studies and business. She returned to UF for graduate school to earn a master's in sports management in a program partnering with the WTA. Career statistics. Grand Slam performance timelines. Singles. Doubles. Significant finals. Grand Slam tournament finals.